welcome to another episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back. Another week of news, chat, and other stuff.
The other stuff that we do.
Yes.
How are you, Nick?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, great, thanks. Up to much? Been up to much? Been camping?
Not this week.
No?
No.
It's been a nice week. It's been a bit rainy, though.
Paddling pool's in the garden,
Yeah?
and it still is, even though, well, it was very hot when it came out, obviously. That's why you get a paddling pool out.
Yes.
And then it's just rained for 2 days.
It has rained.
So
a lot.
I've not actually checked the status of the...
Full of rainwater, I imagine.
It might be full of, like, wee beasters and stuff.
Frogs?
But maybe.
What are they called? Water boatmen? Is that a thing?
Water boatmen, yes. They're the ones that skip along the top.
I'm proud of myself for remembering that. I don't think I've talked about them since school. That was a long time ago.
And, yeah, there are a few frogs knocking around. My neighbour's got a pond.
Okay.
So that does occasionally happen.
I know somebody went camping this week in the Lake District and got evacuated from their site because it flooded.
Oh, wow.
Had to come home a day early.
Wow.
So, yeah. Welcome to August, everybody.
Do you get much wildlife in your...
In my garden, nothing.
No.
I put bird feeders out and they're just... I don't even get birds.
There's a lot of slugs around at the minute.
Yeah, there is a lot of slugs. I do get slugs and snails.
Touched one once when it was on the back of our front gate.
That's such a
Never
weird
jumped so fast.
feeling thing, aren't they?
And what's with the random colours?
Yeah.
Like when you get like just a slug coloured slug and then it's got this like orange go faster stripe on it.
Are they trying to look like leaves?
I don't know.
'Cause sometimes they look like leaves all curled up on the floor, don't
Sure.
they? But maybe they're trying to look like a leaf.
I don't know. I don't understand them.
I don't understand them either.
I'm sure they're very important for biodiversity and
Birds eat them?
nature and surely.
Surely that's all they're for.
Hedgehogs do as well, don't they?
Yeah, true.
We did have a hedgehog earlier this year.
Really?
Right in our front porch.
Nice.
Came for a little snuffle and then just went off.
Have you ever heard the Tim Vine joke about hedgehogs?
Don't think so.
It won the Edinburgh Joke of the Year one year in Edinburgh.
Okay.
And it's, hedgehogs, why can't they just share the hedge?
Yeah, very good.
It really makes me laugh.
I like that.
It won the Joke of the Year. I love Tim Vine.
Yeah.
Random.
He's the best Vine.
He's better than Jeremy Vine. Or Grapevine.
Yes.
Can't think of any more Vines.
No, I just literally meant it between him and his brother.
Okay.
But that's fine. That's fine. I didn't realise we were bringing other Vines into it.
Always. You know me.
Awesome.
Cool.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. Not bad. Not done a lot.
That's fine. That's
I'm
all right.
alright. I'm good.
Fantastic.
Good.
What should we do? How should we start? What are we here for?
We are
What
here
is life?
to talk about streaming and movies and stuff.
Yes.
Or we usually start with a question of the week.
I've got a question of the week.
Okay,
So I can pose that to you.
go for it.
So, I suppose it's quite a trope in TV and movies that if you picture the inside of someone's head, or people go into their mind palace,
Yes.
it's like a room, isn't it?
Yeah.
Full of stuff. And what does your mind palace look like?
My mind palace.
Yeah. What if the inside of your head was a room? What would it look like? What would be
That's
in
a
it?
great question that
Would it
I've
look
never
like
given
this
any
room?
thought to. It probably would look a bit like this room. This room is kind of my mind palace personified because I just basically put all my cool shit in here.
Okay.
And the rest of my house is pretty dull.
So lots of movie posters.
Yeah,
and TV
movie
stuff.
posters, Funkos and stuff. And I guess a little bit. Do you remember in Friends
Yeah.
when Monica had that cupboard that nobody was allowed to look in?
Yeah.
I think it looked like that.
Okay. I feel like we're going down a dangerous
Yeah.
road.
It's a mysterious. Or an abandoned pub that nobody's been in for years.
Oh, right, a little bit cobwebby,
Bit cobwebby.
but you can see the potential if
You
they had a bit
can
of a clear
tell
out.
people used to have fun in there, but it's got a history, but now it's just sad and abandoned.
Quite deep.
I don't know where that's just come from. I'm happy, honestly. I'm not suicidal.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
I'll have a beachfront.
Yeah, like a hut, like a beach hut.
No, like an airy condo with
Okay,
glass.
like an SPF 18.
Yeah, something like that.
Keanu Reeves' house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Plenty of chaise lounge. Just
Yeah,
whatever
you
the
suit
plural
a
of them
chaise
are.
lounge. A little bit like that windmill we stayed in the other week. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean that's
That's not beachfront, but that
No.
that was a nice place.
yeah, it was.
Good question though. I'd like to give that one more thought.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe I'll report
You're allowed
back in
to
the
do that.
Discord in the week.
I've definitely got a certain image of inside your brain now. So.
Good. I'm glad. Right, shall we do some Netflix news?
Sure, let's start And we will start with Netflix news,
Okay.
which I don't think we did last week because it was all marvelly, wasn't it?
It was very marvelly last week.
So, some renewals to start with.
Okay.
And Netflix has announced this week that Supercell has been renewed
Okay.
for a second season. That's a pretty quick turnaround.
That is a pretty quick turnaround. You just
Yeah, it was only last month that season 1
came out.
debuted on Netflix.
Have you seen it?
No, but it's high up on my list. It might be the next thing.
Yeah, I think it might be my
'Cause
next thing.
I've accidentally watched a couple of other things which we'll talk about later.
Okay.
But
It seems to have been up and around the charts for the whole time it's been out, though. So
yeah,
it must be doing well. I don't really even know what it's about. I know it's superheroes.
I can tell you. I literally have the official description in front of me.
Go
if you
for
want. A group of 5 ordinary people who unexpectedly develop superpowers.
Right.
They have little in common except for one thing. They are all black South Londoners. It is down to one man, Michael Lasaki, to bring them together in order to save the woman he loves.
Okay, sounds quite good. Good idea.
Yeah.
Nice concept.
Yeah, back for season 2 already.
Cool.
Well done.
Well done to those at Supercell.
It was in its first full week on Netflix, pulled in 11.8 million views.
Wow.
7 million views in its second week. So, yeah, not hanging around there, Netflix, with that one.
No, good.
Another renewal
All right, okay.
announced this week in a slightly more ostentatious way, which you may have seen on social media, is The Gentleman.
Okay,
Which is
the
coming-
Guy Ritchie show.
Yes, coming back for a second season. Now, this was revealed. We've talked before about Netflix's innovative billboards.
Yes.
Remember when we had Sweating Chris Hemsworth
I do remember.
for Extraction
Yeah.
2? Well, this week in London, a huge billboard arrived,
Right.
and it just said "The Gentleman" along the top, and then there was a massive spliff along the bottom,
Oh, really?
and it was smoking.
Yeah.
And it's through the day shrank, and underneath the spliff said "Season 2 coming soon."
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
I'll
cool.
try and find a picture and put
That
it
is really
or
cool.
the video and put it in the Discord. But yes, Netflix has officially renewed The Gentleman for a second season. Theo James, Kaya Scoladero, and Daniel Ings will all return for 8 more episodes of the show. It is also confirmed that Guy Ritchie will direct some of it,
Some of it, not all of it.
as he did for season
Yeah, he
1.
didn't do all of them, did he?
But he is writing it again alongside Matthew Reed. They worked together on the first season.
Okay.
It spent 10 weeks in the top 10.
Yeah, it did seem to hang
over
around for
here.
a long time.
Way back in March that came out.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
but it's happening.
Cool.
I mean, I can't say though. I this does make me think. I didn't finish it.
I didn't watch it.
And not because I didn't like it, because I actually, the opposite. I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes,
Yeah.
enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was,
Yeah.
and then just never went back.
I went back to it.
And I really like the movie as well. So, I'll go back. But, especially now there's going to be more of them.
I really like the movie as well.
And then a new series, greenlit by Netflix, which might be very interesting to people of our age and other people. But hey, come on, this is our wheelhouse. Is the news that Netflix has greenlit a new animated Ghostbusters show?
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
and
That's cool.
that they have got certain people on board. So Elliot Kalan is the writer and executive producer who has got this. But also confirmed now as executive producers are Jason Reitman and Gil Keenan, the writer and director, and then director and writer, because they swapped
Yeah, they
roles,
switched.
of the last 2 Ghostbusters films, Afterlife and Frozen Empire.
Okay. Let's put some weight behind it, I imagine.
Yes, Netflix and Ghost Corp Incorporated
Nice.
are going to produce this together. This is the 3rd Ghostbusters animated series ever.
3rd?
Yeah,
Okay. I only know the one that was when we were kids.
The real Ghostbusters
Yeah.
ran between 1986 and 1991.
Really?
Do you know
Okay.
how many episodes there were?
100?
More.
More?
Yeah,
How many?
140.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that was when we were kids. That was all over the place. Action
Yeah.
figures.
I've still got all the action
it was
figures
a-
somewhere.
That was a big deal.
Maybe I'll get them in here somewhere.
There was another show, The Extreme Ghostbusters,
Okay.
which ran for 40 episodes with a different lineup of characters, apart from the fact it was led by Egon a couple of years later.
Right. I don't
So,
remember.
yeah, that's coming next year or the year after to Netflix. No actual release date yet, but they've got to draw it and everything, haven't they? So
Yes. It takes ages to draw cartoons.
it does. But that excites me already.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the Ghostbusters franchise.
How about in a totally different direction? Would you be excited if I told you Sally Field versus Octopus?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because Netflix has also announced that they have greenlit an adaptation of a novel called Remarkably Bright Creatures,
Right.
which I don't know, does that sound fairly sort of bland,
Generic,
yeah, drama-y type thing? So actually, this is going to be the next movie by the director Olivia Newman,
Right.
whose last movie was Where the Crawdads Sing.
Okay. I've seen that.
Yeah, I think it might be on Netflix currently.
I think it is. I think
Did quite well in awards
it was
season,
awards,
didn't it?
Yeah, it was very slow and
That was also
Thoughtful.
based on a best-selling novel,
Yeah.
and grossed 144 million at the global box office.
okay.
She will next move on to Remarkably Bright Creatures, which was a novel released in 2022, and it follows a lonely widow's unlikely friendship with a giant octopus.
Okay.
So the synopsis being: after Tova Sullivan's husband dies, she begins working the night shift as a janitor at a local aquarium. At work, she becomes acquainted with an 8-tentacled animal named Marcellus, who helps Tova uncover the truth about her son's disappearance 30 years before.
Oh, okay. Sounds odd.
Yeah, Sally Field has signed up for the title role.
Okay. I can't imagine what that's going to be like.
I don't think that we're talking about like a buddy.
No, it's not going to be like a. You're not going to have like
She's just going to talk
Zach
to this octopus.
Galifianakis doing the voice of the
Yeah.
octopus. She's just going to.
She's just going to talk to this octopus and work it all out herself. I presume.
Yeah.
But Sally Field, she's a tremendous actress.
She's great.
and that feels like just a vehicle for her to just go and do what she does.
Yeah.
And just be awesome. And
Almost like a one-woman show kind of thing. And
Yeah.
just go and be brilliant at what you do.
what do you think about octopi?
What do I think of them?
Yeah.
I don't very often.
Okay. Well, I'm asking you now. What's your
I've
thoughts?
got nothing against them.
No?
And maybe the alien a little bit.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing creatures, aren't they?
Yeah.
They can
They
camouflage.
can just like fit
hide.
through tiny little holes that
Yeah.
look far too small for
You
them.
ever eat one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have. It's all right. It tastes nice.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I like calamari, so I guess it's pretty much the same thing.
I guess.
Have you?
Eat an octopus, yeah.
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 The suckers are a bit weird.
I quite like running my tongue around.
I think that says more about you than anything else. But okay.
I like an octopus, yeah.
Yeah. Same.
And when they're alive as well. They're no strangers to fame, though, are they?
Octopus. No,
Yeah.
there's been loads of famous octopuses.
Was the Oscar,
My octopus friend.
yeah?
Yep.
And
There's
then
a
there was that,
documentary.
there was that psychic one who did all the football
Yeah.
scores in
Yeah, there was.
one of the World Cups. Was
Yeah.
it Paul?
Might have been.
Paul the octopus?
Might have been Paul. Any other famous octopus?
It's just generic asylum type movies with killer
like
squids
a shark
and
versus a
octopus.
giant octopus.
Yeah.
There's that game. Is it Octodad, where your dad's an octopus and you have to
Okay.
control him, and every button does a different limb, so
Yeah.
it's quite hard to control.
Nice.
Yeah, there's loads of famous octopuses out there.
Good.
I feel like we've forgotten one really famous octopus there, and we're going to get
Dr.
trouble for it.
Octopus?
Doc Ock.
So they can even
obviously.
do like medical degrees and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah. He's pretty good. I'm not a good guy, he's evil. But
No,
you
yeah,
know
he's a
what
bad
I
guy.
mean. Okay, so shall we talk about some corporate synergy?
Yes.
Okay.
Corporate
I'm
synergy.
not sure what that reaction was. You may
I felt like I was back at work.
or may not be aware that season 4 of Netflix's hit show Emily in Paris has returned
I am aware.
with its first batch of episodes.
Yes.
So they're splitting the season in half.
Surprise, surprise.
And we know that Netflix has been getting creative in terms of bringing advertisers on board. You have your ad plans and all that sort of thing. Well, they have signed an exclusive deal with Google
Right.
specifically for Emily in Paris. And you are able, if you have a device with Google Lens enabled,
Yep.
or the app, then and obviously you have Emily in Paris via your Netflix, then you can use Google Lens on your mobile or tablet to scan Emily's fashion
Oh, really?
style, whatever she's wearing, and that will send you to similar fashion items, i.e. shops online.
The future is here,
You
Nick.
can
The
style
future is
yourself like Emily. Yes. What do you think about that?
here. That's like
That's kind of scary
that's
technology.
like
to me.
Minority Report shit.
Yeah.
That's like the future is here. What if you could scan any TV character?
So you can't, just to clarify, you
can
can't
only
scan it.
Emily.
Yes, and you can't scan it in the middle of the show.
Oh, okay.
So, oh no, you can, but you could then they also when the adverts come up in the ad tier,
Yeah.
you get a screen that looks like a pause menu, and you can also Google
Just
Lens
in case
it
you're
there.
not quick enough.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know how to use Google Lens. If you could scan any TV character for their look, who would you scan?
Oh, that's a good question. Borat in that mankini? No.
That can be arranged.
I don't know. I don't think I do really fashion anymore. When I was younger,
Yeah.
I always thought that Tyler Durden in Fight Club was like the coolest
He looked
fashion person ever. I loved his jacket.
Did you have that red jacket?
I had
similar
at
red-
one point I had a
A similar red leather
jacket,
jacket. I do remember that.
but yeah. So
Do you remember when we
maybe
lived
that.
together and we used to fight over those snakeskin shoes? Who was going to wear them on a night
Yes.
out?
Neither of them were out. They weren't
No,
mine or yours.
no, they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
I still like a good
Things you
good
do.
pair of
When
shoes.
I was younger, I used to have a zip-up shirt,
Right.
and it like
Like like a
it was a shirt.
long
It had a
sleeve shirt.
zip up the middle.
No, I don't
yeah,
remember that.
I did. It was like purpley green, depending on which angle you were
Oh,
looking
is
at.
it
it from.
iridescent.
Yeah.
Oh my
almost.
god! I mean, this is getting better or worse. I'm not sure which.
The things you used to do when you were younger. I would never go out on a night out without wearing two belts on my jeans. Always wear two belts.
White trousers was the thing. For
Yeah,
a lot of
it was
time.
for a
white
while.
trousers, black shirt.
Yeah. As many
I blame the hives
we used to
for
wear
that.
wristbands and stuff. And
Yeah.
sweatbands, I think, at one point. we were
Sweatbands were a
wearing
thing,
to
yeah.
go out on
I
a
had
Saturday
loads-
night.
Yeah, I had loads of sweatbands.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think about it now.
Fashion changes. Man.
But it really does. It's a good job there wasn't camera phones around about then.
Like- Socks being pulled up.
yes.
That's a massive thing now.
Yeah.
Back in, my eldest is like, yeah, go pull your socks up.
Yeah, it's crazy. White socks with black shoes. That you would have been beat up at our school for that, but they all do it now.
Socks with sliders.
Yeah. It's-
Can't get on board with that. Sorry,
God, we're
guys.
so old, Nick.
Sorry, guys.
We don't know anything about fashion. Maybe we
I
should be
never did,
Google Lens in this Emily in Paris thing.
Maybe.
I don't really want to dress like her.
Let's do a mini section
Okay,
of Amazon Prime news.
let's do it.
Since in our movie show we now include Amazon.
We do indeed. In fact, this Thursday's movie is from Amazon Prime.
It is, yeah. We'll talk about a bit about that later.
We will.
So, initially, I thought this was a real niche advertising ploy
Okay.
until I delved into it a bit more.
Right.
So, later this month, in fact, on August the 29th, so only a couple of weeks away, is the season 2 premiere of The Rings of Power.
Yes, really soon.
And to help promote this, Amazon have announced that the first season of Lord of the Rings of Power is available completely free
Right.
to anyone who has a Samsung TV or a Samsung Galaxy. They're making it available for free on Samsung TV Plus. They say that, and it's in the countries of the United States, Canada, Brazil, the UK, and Germany. They say that makes it available for free to 300 million people.
Wow.
As in, that's the number of people who've got that device or that access to that service.
Does that feel like a desperation maneuver? It's like,
I see. That's kind of what I thought.
because they've committed to this show. They're
For
like
years.
for years. They're not going to cancel it. But nobody watched the first season. So is it like we need more people's eyes on this? Let's just give the first season away and see if we can broker some people in.
To a degree, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's Amazon.
Yeah.
Bottomless.
But they're still going to
pockets.
want people to watch it.
But they want a return in their investment.
Of course they do.
And but even more than that, they want people talking about this show.
Yes.
And obviously, we've been doing our show for a few years now. I don't feel at all that the Rings of Power I wasn't seeing good things about it. I wasn't really seeing bad things about it.
No.
But for the most expensive TV show of all time,
yeah,
it didn't.
They
With the Amazon machine behind it, I don't feel that people were talking about it.
No.
Not that was in my.
Same. It came out at the same time as the Game of Thrones one as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
That they felt kind of at the same level, but this one feels like it should be a lot higher regarded than that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't know. You know, we're 20 plus years on from Lord of the Rings in the cinema.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that
is the market even there for it
anymore. You know, it's diminishing returns with the Hobbit movies as well, and I just don't know if the appetite's there for this. This feels like a show for completists to me. As a casual Lord of the Rings person, I'm not interested. It feels too. My perception is it feels too deep in mythology that I haven't got time to get bogged down in.
I feel like I wouldn't know what was going on unless I watched all of those films. I feel like I'd need to watch
Which may
the
be a
Hobbits
completely incorrect perception.
Yeah, it might be. But I did watch the first episode of the first season and I just was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not watching anymore. Yeah. And there's 6 4-hour movies there that I've got to watch. No, I'm not interested.
I never even finished the Hobbit movies. And I love the Hobbit book.
Yeah.
But I only watched the first one. I was like, no, it's boring. boring. Okay.
Talking of Amazon shows briefly, did you see Stephen King's tweet that he put out this week?
I did not.
There was a cryptic tweet went out on Stephen King's account, and it said, "The tower still stands, Midworld is still there."
Oh, lovely.
So people are like speculating on what he means. Is he writing a new novel? Is he, because the tower is the metaphor for his career? Is he saying I'm not going anywhere, I'm still standing? Or is he talking about Mike Flanagan's potential Amazon adaptation that's coming?
He's got to make his Exorcist movie fit.
He has, but is that King's way of saying this is just something's happening here, something's happened, or what? It was whatever it means. It's an exciting tweet.
Because he's quite a straight talker on
he is, yeah. He doesn't
Twitter,
mess about.
isn't he?
No,
Stephen King.
For him to put something cryptic out like that, intrigued the fandom is what it did. Which I guess is exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah, of course.
I've got a Samsung TV.
I've just realised I'm not putting my headphones on.
Oh. Do you want them on?
I don't know, do I? It's going to look weird now.
Do you feel like you need them on right now?
No,
don't worry about it.
Let's crack on.
I've been watching you through the screen for ages and I've not even noticed.
How weird. Okay, fine. Okay, then the second bit of Amazon Prime news is we talked a few weeks ago about Nielsen, the ratings people in the States getting into sort of a load of new metrics about streaming services. So a new record has been set, although they're obviously quite early on in their doing these ratings.
Yeah.
But a record has been set for the highest ever mark in their rankings in terms of number of minutes watched in a week.
Yeah, because they count minutes, don't they, rather than hours?
They do. And it's about 3 weeks behind their rankings. So for the week of July, ending July the 21st, a new record was set. The Boys was watched for 1.33 billion minutes of viewing time.
That's a lot of time.
That week, which is a new high watermark. And it's quite an interesting list. So the overall list for that week. The Boys with 1.33 billion. House of the Dragon on Max.
Yep.
1.11 billion minutes.
Okay.
Cobra Kai on Netflix, 1.09 billion.
Oh, wow.
Love Island, on a combination of Hulu, Netflix, or Peacock, depending on which series you watched, for 1.05 billion. And then in fifth place, the only other show to get over 1 billion minutes viewed is Bluey on Disney Plus.
Nice. I still don't really feel like it's a fair way of doing it. Cobra Kai is shorter than the rest of those shows.
Bluey is 5 minutes long.
Bluey's 5 minutes long, exactly. So it feels like you're being punished for having shorter episodes.
But also, Bluey is just left to play, to babysit children.
Bluey's just on.
The highest rated movie was Trolls Band Together, which is the latest Trolls movie.
School holidays.
937 million minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
I'm sure that record will continue to be stretched.
Oh, it will be absolutely shattered every week, I would think. I feel like The Boys is getting a lot of traction this season. It feels like it's everywhere.
Catch up on it.
I feel like it's everywhere. I don't know if it's just in my algorithm in my life, but I feel like I'm seeing it everywhere.
Going back to the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power thing.
Yeah.
I feel like there is a bigger push behind The Boys than there is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
But then I think it's a more accessible property to a wider audience.
Yes.
Again, that's my perception.
Yeah, there's no years of backstory and lore. You've got 3 seasons to catch up and you're done.
Yeah. Okay, so the next bit of news is our sort of Disney section.
Yep.
So it's just a bit of a roundup from, I mean, it kind of feels like a bit of an anticlimax after all the news out of Comic-Con, 3 weeks ago. But last week was the D23 Fan Fest.
Yes, I saw loads of this.
So we've got a bit of
a
roundup of some of the announcements and news there. So the first full trailer for Moana 2 was displayed, and you can go and find that anywhere you want. That will arrive into theatres on November the 27th this year.
Nice.
It's kind of like... It's a great first movie, and I'm sure they'll do a good job with this, but that's one where the instant reaction is, why are we doing that?
Oh, really? Okay, I haven't seen Moana.
Yeah.
So
I actually think you would enjoy it.
I probably would. As I've said before, it just feels weird to sit around my own and watch them.
Yeah.
Borrow your kids for
the first teaser trailer was released for Snow White, the live-action Snow White.
I feel like this is going to bomb.
I say live-action. This is the one that
there's
Peter
not a lot of live action going on.
Yeah. Kicks up a big fuss about.
Yeah.
I have seen the teaser.
I have as well.
And it is a bit. Yes.
Shit.
It all just looks fake.
Yeah, it does. Nothing looks real in it.
Yeah.
It's basically a lady on a green screen.
Yeah.
Acting and stuff. I don't feel like this is going to go down well.
Which is like
it might fail.
We've kind of come full circle.
She's quite controversial as well, isn't she?
She's had some strange views.
Strange views on things.
So we've come full circle in Disney doing all these live action remakes of animated movies, only to actually for them to turn into just a different method of animating.
Animating movies, yeah. But it's like what Roger Rabbit did.
Yeah.
All those years ago.
Avatar 3 has an official title.
Okay.
Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Nice. Something's going to burn.
Yeah, so the last one was all about water, so this is going to be about orange.
Fire.
Orange. What are the aliens called? I can't even remember.
I don't know.
An Inside Out spin-off is on its way.
Okay.
It will be a Disney Plus series called Dream Productions.
Nice.
And will take place in the Inside Out universe between the two movies.
Okay.
And will begin streaming next year. You can also go and find a trailer for Win or Lose, which is the first Pixar movie coming straight, made especially for Disney Plus.
Right. Okay.
That is about a kids' baseball team.
Nice.
The first teaser for Toy Story 5 was shown.
I saw that.
I mean, it's literally just the characters waving at the camera.
Not a lot going on.
And the writer-director Andrew Stanton revealed that the big villain in Toy Story 5 will be screen time.
Right, okay.
It was also announced that The Incredibles 3
Yeah, this took everybody by surprise.
is in development.
No, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
But no release date or teasers, just the announcement. We saw some concept art from Frozen 3.
Yes. Looks beautiful.
And a teaser trailer for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I've watched this as well.
Okay.
And it kind of looks like The Goonies in space.
Oh, really?
So there's a bunch of kids
accidentally
getting on a spaceship and going off on an adventure.
Right.
And Jude Law's in it.
Right.
He's not a kid.
He's not a kid.
I think he's a Jedi who helps them.
Right.
So, yes.
Cool.
A teaser was shown, but hasn't been released. So it was just shown at the event for the Mandalorian movie.
Okay.
Which certain people will be very excited about. As was a teaser for Ironheart, which is a Marvel TV series spin-off from Black Panther 2.
Right. There's loads of stuff coming. Disney. It felt like Disney really went all in on this event.
Yes.
Like, there was loads of stuff coming out.
They can just, it's theirs, have the stage to themselves. First teaser trailer for Daredevil Born Again. You can go and watch that. I've not seen that.
I haven't seen that one.
A final trailer for Agatha All Along, which is the spin-off to WandaVision, which is a spin-off to Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And the first teaser for the Lilo and Stitch live action movie.
Okay.
Which had no live action with it in the teaser. It is the computer generated alien. So it was also announced that we already knew Tron Ares was arriving, the third Tron movie.
We did.
But it was announced that the soundtrack will be written and performed, I guess, by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Okay.
You may better know as the Nine Inch Nails. And that's about it.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
There was lots of like park announcements as well, wasn't there? There's
Yes.
things moving around in parks and places getting shut down.
There's stuff like my wife was talking about it the other day. There's like a Lion King land coming to Disneyland
Monsters
Paris.
Inc. Monsters Inc. land was coming as well.
I mean, we've not gone onto theme park news yet, but
No.
I suppose maybe in the future we can.
Maybe if one of us gets to go, we'll do it.
Okay.
Cool.
How do you feel about John Madden?
The guy from the American football?
Yeah, that guy.
He's all right.
Well,
don't know much
how do you
about
feel about Nicolas Cage playing him in a biopic?
I mean, there's not a lot of similarity there between the two.
Because that's going to happen.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage has signed up to play John Madden, the legendary American football coach and sports commentator, in an upcoming biopic. It will be directed by David O. Russell.
I don't hate that. I don't think that's bad casting.
No.
It's not who I would have been my first pick, I don't think, but why not?
I have faith he can make it work.
I always have faith.
David O. Russell released a statement. He said, Nicolas Cage, one of our greatest and most original actors, will portray the best of the American spirit of originality, fun and determination, in which anything is possible, as beloved national legend John Madden. The feature will be about the joy, humanity and genius that was John Madden in a wildly inventive, cool world of the 1970s. So it will more focus on his coaching career than his presumably many years developing the video game, which I presume he did all on his own.
Yeah, I presume so.
Yeah.
Cool, okay. That sounds interesting.
That'll be good. That can't not be good.
No, it can't not be good.
Just can't.
We're not allowing that not to be good.
And the final piece of news this week is that we now have, again, I think it's third or fourth time, we have a new He-Man.
Okay, the latest He-Man.
Yes. Nicholas Galitzine has been cast. He was most recently in The Idea of You with Anne Hathaway, where it was a rom-com and he was like the younger man and she was the older woman. That
it sounds familiar. I'm not sure if I know.
So he's been cast as He-Man, and Teela will be played by Camila Mendes.
Oh, okay.
Off of that movie that we had to watch with Elliot Goulden a couple of seasons ago.
Yes.
And also more famously from like Riverdale and Do Revenge, which is a good movie on Netflix.
Okay.
She's also just been cast in the reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer, so she's going to be very busy. But yes, they will lead the He-Man cast.
I've just had a look at a picture of him. He looks like He-Man. I'm all right with that.
Okay, fine. I think that's good casting for her as
Yeah,
well.
it is, yeah.
So, will it ever happen?
It'll change. There'll be another one next week.
Yeah.
So. There was Noah Centineo at one point, wasn't it?
It was. This has jumped from a cinematic release to it then jumped to Netflix. Now it's with Amazon, but they are planning on doing a cinematic release. So, let's see.
We'll bring you more information as it comes, because that story's going to keep giving and giving 100%. And giving, I think. Any more news?
That's all the news.
Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've watched a couple of things this week.
Okay, what have you been watching?
I watched the whole season of the season 3 of the Barbecue Showdown.
I haven't got to this yet. I need to get to it.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Good as the first two?
I think it's better than the second one. Probably not quite as good as the first one. I think the first one just had a good group of characters. Because that's all I'm basing it on, is like how much have I enjoyed the characters and the challenges are what the challenges are, the judges are what they are. But I enjoyed it more than I remember the second season. Although I did get quite angry when the winner was announced.
Oh, really?
I think it went the wrong way, in my opinion.
Okay, cool.
But look, just don't watch this when you're hungry.
No. Definitely.
It's insane.
Not. Definitely not. It does look great. Some of the food looks
It's
incredible.
filmed on a farm in Georgia or Texas. I think it's Georgia.
I think it is.
8 people, a load of barbecue tasks. It's just mouth-watering, some of this stuff.
Nice.
It's a flashy Netflix competition show. Yeah. It is what it is. They'll probably do 20 seasons of it.
Probably. Just keep going till people stop watching it.
Yeah. And then they'll get them all back to do
best of.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Cool.
And then I've watched the first 2 episodes of Receiver.
What's Receiver?
Receiver is the NFL documentary. So last year it was Quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And this.
I didn't know that was out.
Yes, a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Okay.
So I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Any good?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Good.
So it follows, various. George Kittle was in the first episode was mostly George Kittle and Deebo Samuel from the 49ers, and the second episode was Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
And it's another slick sports documentary from Peyton Manning and Netflix.
Yeah. And they do sports documentaries well, don't they?
Yeah. And it follows them through last season.
Okay. So is there different receivers in every episode?
No, I think I think they're the main ones that I presume it will keep going back and forth between them all.
Okay.
So
sweet.
Yeah, if that's your thing, you'll like it. If you like Quarterback, you'll like this.
Okay. So I might give it a go.
Cool. How about you?
I remembered what I watched last week that I couldn't remember.
Okay.
I watched A Quiet Place Day 1.
Oh, yes.
Which is a third in the Quiet Place franchise.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Is this the prequel?
This is the prequel, so this is like how it all happened. It's day 1, literally. It's not as good as I think they've progressively got worse.
Okay.
I think the first one is really, to be fair, it's great. The second one's not as good. This one's not as good as the second one.
Right.
But they're all still good. The problem they've got is they've stopped being quiet.
Okay. Yes.
So the first one, there's virtually no sound in the first one.
But I guess no one knows what's going on if this is the prequel.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of people get killed because they don't know the rules.
Yeah.
They figure the rules out quite quickly.
Sure.
And it's just how this one lady and her cat survive.
Okay, fine.
The first couple of days of this happening in New York.
So it doesn't link back to the first movie.
No, completely new characters. Okay. I think it's completely new cast, director, everything. Yeah. It focuses on one lady in New York who's got a cat, and this end of the world apocalypse happens. Yeah. These aliens turn up, and New York reacts as New York does. Noise, there's fire engines and everything.
Yeah.
And
it must have been carnage.
Carnage, absolute carnage. It gives you some stats on the sounds of New York at the beginning, and there's a stat that there's a constant noise in New York that is the same decibel as somebody screaming at the top of their lungs.
Wow!
But just the sound of the city is that same decibel at all times. That's quite a scary fact, I thought.
That's crazy.
New York's just loud.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite interesting. Then this Saturday, I watched Maxine.
Okay, yeah.
Which is the third one in the, I guess, Maxine trilogy. Yeah. So you've got X and then Pearl and now Maxine,
Yeah.
and I think there is a fourth one coming. So she is a adult movie star trying to break into the Hollywood film industry in the, I want to say 80s. It might be 60s. Let's go 70s.
Okay, fine. Split the difference.
And it's the trials and tribulations of how a crazy person might do that.
Yeah.
Because it is established in X that Maxine is a crazy person.
Yeah.
And she goes on to have this career in Hollywood, and she will do nothing to stop her getting this career. Let's put it this way. So it was good. I think Pearl's my favourite of the three.
Yeah.
That's the one set in like the 1920s. So again, this probably might be the worst one of the three.
So is this the same like consciousness going through?
No. So
I've not seen any of them.
So X was the first one.
Yeah.
That is Maxine as a younger, aspiring filmmaker.
Yeah.
And then they go to this farm to make an adult movie with all of her friends, and they get savagely murdered by a older lady, except for Maxine survives. So then she goes on to being Maxine, and that tells her story of how that sent her insane, and she starts killing people. And Pearl is the prequel, which is the story of the older lady.
Got ya.
The lady who murders them all eventually. But they're all played by Maya Goth.
Yeah.
So she does play all three, but they're not the same person.
Got ya. I quite fancy those.
They're great. All three of them are really good.
Yeah.
X especially. I think X is really good. Pearl's really good. I think Pearl's my favourite. Yeah, they're all on a level. It's just they're slightly not as good as the others. And then the only other thing I've watched this week, I have watched something else, but I'll come to that later. I have watched Matt Rife's new stand-up.
We nearly watched this the other night, and then we decided we'll save it for the weekend, so we're going to watch it.
Okay. I'd be interested for you to watch it to see what you think.
What did you think?
I didn't. I thought it was boring.
Oh, okay.
Genuinely. I think
so used to seeing him cut up on Instagram or
and I think that's what lets him down a little bit. So I'd like his Instagram reels and stuff, and they'd make me laugh most times. I watch most of them that he puts out, but I didn't like his stand-up special. Yeah, and I haven't enjoyed this, and this is all crowd work. Yes. It's a crowd work special. They bill it as Netflix's first ever crowd work special. Yeah, but what he does is he gives the crowd too much. So he's asking them questions and they're giving him answers, which he's then going back at them at. But he's not. It didn't feel like he was
doing enough,
picking at them.
Okay.
He was just listening to their stories and reacting to it, and he was being, I'm not going to say nice, but not as cutting as you'd expect him to be from what you see of his videos.
Did you laugh? Did it make you laugh?
It made me laugh a couple of times, but it didn't have a lot of energy.
Didn't feel as chaotic.
It didn't feel chaotic. He was sat down for most of it, just chatting with the crowd. And it's obviously a comedy club that he knows. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're people that he knows. He goes to this comedy club a lot. It's always the same crowd, I imagine. I don't know. It didn't work for me. Okay. But I'd be interested in getting somebody else's opinion on it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, check it out. It's 54 minutes long, I think. It's not very long. So check it out, see what you think. And then report back to me and let me know.
Okay, deal.
Right, what's next? Let's do Caught in the Net now.
Okay.
And then I've got a game for you to play.
Oh, amazing.
So I've come up with a game this week. It came to me in a flash of inspiration. So we'll play that to finish the show off.
Nice.
So let's do Caught in the Net. What did we catch in our net this week?
So Caught in the Net is our weekly feature where we play a Netflix game.
Yes, we do.
And we're developing a bit of a table.
We're a bit of a stream table of games.
Preference of how we're rating them. And this week I chose the game. I chose I chose a game called Katana Zero.
You did?
Which is kind of like a retro platformy side-scrolling type thing.
Side-scrolling, platformy, beat-em-up kind of game.
I would say two things.
Go on.
As my initial review. I really, really like it.
Yeah, it's
might be one of my favourite things we've played so far.
Yeah.
It's the most difficult game we've played so far.
By a country mile. I feel like I've put quite a lot of time into this game this week. I've played it 3 or 4 times for a good 20, 30 minutes at a time. Yeah. And completed one stage. Because it's so frustrating. If you die, you go back to the start of that stage. Yeah. And you just have to keep figuring out how the best way to do it is.
There's no your energy bar. There's no like you take 3 hits
No,
or you've
if you
got
get
3
hit,
lives.
you're done.
One hit, you're dead. And you're this sort of ninja warrior
Yes.
hit person
Yeah.
taking out low-level criminals, and then you've got a target at the end of the stage. And, you know, some of them have got guns, knives, so you have to attack them slightly different ways. Sometimes you have to disarm lasers to get through the levels.
Sometimes you can slow down time as well. Sometimes you have to do that to get through the lasers. And it's really hard.
And then there's a story in the cutscenes where you're trying to piece together this nightmare that you keep having, and who are the people in this nightmare, and what does it all mean?
Yeah.
And you talk to your psychiatrist, and it's I really want to try and finish it.
Yeah.
I'm so far away. I presume there's 10 levels because it's at the start of every stage it says, so it started off with 10 days remain.
Yeah.
And I'm now on 8 days remain. So I've done 2 levels plus the tutorial.
So you've done more than me. I've done 1 plus the tutorial.
But it's so that 9th day, I had to redo it so many times.
So many times. I think I did one stage about 50 times. I just could not get past it. And there's only 2 buttons. It's literally jump, roll, and swing your sword. Yeah. But, oh my god, I found it so difficult.
The level that I'm on now, so day 8, or 8 days remain. It's set in a club, and the first part of it, you have to sneak past the enemies.
Right.
So you blend when there's a group of ravers dancing. You have to blend in with them till they walk past, and then you quickly get into like the back room, and then there's just shitloads of enemies you've got to try and kill.
Interesting.
The bit I can't get past in a minute is, so you take out a couple of goons. And then behind the next door, there's like 4 guys with guns. Yeah. And they can just shoot. They just shoot you.
Yeah. So,
and I've got to try and work out how do I get over there quick enough to take.
So it doesn't tell you anything either. Like there's one of the very early stages. There's 2 lasers coming down from the roof.
Yeah.
And I was like, how on earth do I get past them?
Yeah.
And it took me ages to figure out that I had to slow down time so I could roll through them.
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't tell me that.
No, it doesn't give you any clues.
No.
But the look of it is great.
Oh, it's
so
beautiful.
You've got this old like I say, retro. What would you say? 16,
pixel art.
Yeah,
pixel
16-bit. And then all the menu screens and stuff are the old VHS screens.
You can do VHS replays of all your levels after you've done them at the end as well. You get like a VHS video.
And you get to eject it to
carry
move on.
It's a nice style.
It's the first one that feels like... I'm not trying to put the others down because we've played some really good games, but this feels like a proper game that I could play on a console.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'd agree with that. I don't know if it is on a console.
I'm never going to get to the end. I know I'm not going to get to the end, but
you're going to try.
I don't know. So I'm going to go and play something else next week. Right? I'm not deleting it yet. I'm going to give it another whack. Okay. But I've really enjoyed it.
Same I have as well.
I'm incapable.
It's just really difficult. Stream table?
Yeah, sure.
Where do you want to put it in the stream table? I put the stream table on the screen. I don't know if anybody knows, but I did that last week and I was quite proud of myself. Getting better at video editing.
I don't want to... I think I might... On pure... Is this the best game? I think this might be the best game.
Better than Valiant Hearts?
I think so. What do you think? But is it less enjoyable than Valiant Hearts?
I've certainly spent more time trying to beat levels on it than I did on Valiant Hearts. And I haven't gone back to Valiant Hearts after saying I would. Okay. So maybe that says something. Yeah. It's definitely between those 2.
Okay.
It's your game you pick.
All right, let's put it top. Okay. Let's have a new top of the table.
I keep going to call it Kentucky Route Zero as well because it sounds like it. Katana Zero. It's similar vibes. Okay, new top. I have chosen this next game. So I need my money to talk to about that.
Yes,
and
please.
Also to play the game that we're going to play in a minute. So I have chosen Stranger Things Puzzle Tales.
Oh, okay. I don't think we've done a puzzle game.
I don't think we have. Do you want the synopsis of it?
Yeah, tell me about it.
It says, available exclusively to Netflix members, battle the Demogorgon, embark on mysterious quests, collect characters and discover new storylines in this Hawkins-inspired stylized adventure game. Join Eleven and the gang in this match-free puzzle RPG adventure that reimagines the Stranger Things universe in the style of the 80s.
Nice.
Which isn't reimagined in the Stranger Things universe.
No, not really.
It's basically it's a match-free puzzle game.
Okay, yeah.
but the Stranger Things themed it up.
Okay.
So we thought we'd have a go at that. See what it's like.
That sounds good.
Yeah, why not? Something different, isn't it?
I'm sure we'll be able to compare what level we get to. Or
yeah, exactly. Like we'll be able to do some sort of competition on it. I've not played it at all yet, so I don't know. I think you have to choose a character, and then the levels are themed around those characters. Right. Looking at these pictures, 4.1 on Google Play Store's reviews, so it must be all right.
Good.
So yeah, let's play that next week, shall we?
Oh yeah, I'm intrigued.
Cool. Right, how are we doing for time? Oh, we're flying through today. Right, I've come up with a game.
Oh, I'm very excited.
For you to play. Now, it's because I have been watching something else this week.
Yes.
On Dropout.
Yeah.
You know, I told you I'd finished Game Changer.
Yes.
So I had a choice of what to watch next.
Yeah.
And I chose Actually.
Oh, right, yes.
Have you seen any of Actually?
Like one episode. Okay. And I wasn't sure if it was my thing.
So the concept of Actually is you get 3 nerds on the show.
Yeah.
And Mike Trapp hosts it. And he will read a statement about a pop culture thing.
Yes.
And something in that statement will be wrong. And the contestants have to buzz in and say, actually, and then give him the correct answer to what's wrong. And I've watched probably 12 episodes of this week. I've got addicted to it. And I think in all of those 12 episodes, I've answered 2 questions.
Right.
Because it's proper nerdy.
It is another level.
It's another level of nerd above me. One of them was about wrestling, which is, nobody's more nerdy about wrestling than I am. And one was a Doctor Who question that I just happened to know the answer to. But some of the franchises I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
And it's a really tough show, but I'm really enjoying it.
Cool.
So I've decided we're going to play Bots, actually.
Okay, fine.
So what I've done is I've taken synopsises from movies that we've done on this show.
Yeah.
And I've slightly changed a fact in one of the facts in the synopsis.
Oh, evil.
So when I finish reading the question, you have to say to me, actually. And there's 2 things you can do.
Okay.
You can tell me what's wrong for 1 point.
Yep.
And you can tell me what's wrong and give me the correct thing for the 2nd point.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'm in, yeah.
You're in. Okay, so I've got 6 of these.
The only problem being my terrible memory.
Yes.
So let's see
that's
how
what
this
I'm playing
goes.
on. I'm playing on your terrible memory. So I've got 6 of these. So I'm going to read the first one. And the first one is the synopsis for Hotbot.
Okay.
So Hotbot's synopsis says, Hotbot is the hilarious journey of 2 sexually repressed and unpopular teenage geeks who accidentally discover a lifelike supermodel sex bot called Bridget.
Actually.
Yes.
It's not hilarious.
That isn't the answer I've got on my card. But you're correct, it isn't it?
Actually, her name is not Bridget.
That is correct. For the 2nd point, can you tell me what her name was?
Rashida.
No.
I have no idea what her name was. No.
Get you pass?
Yeah, I don't know.
So you got 1 point for that question. It's related. Her name was Bardot.
No, I wouldn't have got it. Not a chance.
Okay, 2nd question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is the synopsis for Catfight.
Okay.
The rivalry between 2 former colleagues come to a head when they both attend the same glamorous event.
Actually, it's not when they attend the same glamorous event?
Incorrect.
Actually, they're not colleagues.
Correct.
They are neighbours?
No. I'll give you one more guess.
They are friends?
I'll give you that. They were college friends.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's 3 points.
Okay.
So I have
very generous of you.
The next synopsis is from Secret Obsession.
I don't even know which one it was.
Well, I'll tell you now.
Okay.
A young businessman wakes up in a hotel room, locked from the inside, with the body of his lover next to him. He hires a prestigious he hires a prestigious lawyer, and over the next week, they work together to clarify what happened in a frenetic race against time. I can read it again if you want to, because I've messed it up.
Yes, please.
A young businessman wakes up in a hotel room locked from the inside with the dead body of his lover next to him. He hires a prestigious lawyer, and over the next week, they work together to clarify what happened in a frenetic race against time.
I didn't think that was Secret Obsession at all.
Well, maybe it isn't.
I thought Secret Obsession was the one with Brenda Song.
Maybe this is The Invisible Guest.
Where, his wife...
Yeah, you're right. This is the synopsis for The Invisible Guest.
Okay.
I don't know why I've written that down. Maybe I was going to do Secret Obsession and change my mind. Would you like it again now?
Yes,
you know
please.
it's a different movie.
Yeah. Oh,
This
doing
is
it on
the
God
synopsis.
level.
This is the synopsis for The Invisible Guest. A young businessman wakes up in a hotel room locked from the inside with the dead body of his lover next to him. He hires a prestigious lawyer, and over the next week they work together to clarify what happened in a frenetic race against time.
Actually,
This might be my hardest one, to be fair.
actually, no, I don't know. I'm really struggling to remember the film. First, I was going to say it's not a hotel, but it is a hotel.
It's a hotel.
It's just in the snow, isn't it?
I have been a bit of a dick with this one. It is hard.
Actually, doesn't work with a lawyer.
No.
Not sure.
Actually, they actually do it over one night rather than the whole week. They only get one night to work it out.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have picked up on that. Okay.
Number 4
Fine.
is the synopsis for Murder Party.
Okay.
A random invitation to a New Year's Eve party leads a man into the hands of a rogue collective intent on murdering him for the sake of their art, sparking a bloodbath of mishap, mayhem, and hilarity.
Can you read it again? Sorry.
A random invitation to a New Year's Eve party leads a man into the hands of a rogue collective intent on murdering him for the sake of their art, sparking a bloodbath of mishap, mayhem, and hilarity.
Actually, it's not a New Year's Eve party.
Correct.
It's a Halloween party.
Correct. Well done. 5 points. The next one, number 5, is the synopsis for Mirage.
Okay.
Vera, a mother of twins, interacts with the ghost of a child and saves his life. However, her actions cause a space-time continuum glitch, altering reality.
Actually, she hasn't got twins.
Correct.
She has one son.
Correct. I'll give you that. Do you know his name for a third point?
Javier.
No, it was Nico.
Oh, okay.
7 points so far. You're doing well. The final one.
Yeah.
The 6th question is the synopsis for See You Yesterday.
Okay.
2 Brooklyn teenage prodigies, CJ Walker and Sebastian Thomas, build makeshift time machines to save CJ's brother Calvin from being killed by a serial killer.
Actually, he's not killed by a serial killer.
Correct.
He is killed by a gang shooting.
No, I can't give you that.
He's killed. He's run over by a car. No, he is killed by a policeman.
He is killed by a police officer. Well done. Oh, that's pretty good. You did better than I was expecting.
I remember really liking that movie, but I can honestly
think,
say I've not thought about it much. But it was a good movie.
Top in season 3.
That's a brilliant game.
It's a good game, isn't it? I enjoyed it.
I might throw that back at you next week.
Yeah, please do. I would like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well done.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I've also done some graphics that would have been on the screen and stuff. We're doing this shit properly these days.
Good stuff.
Cool. So I think we're pretty much at the end of our show.
Yeah.
Just all we've got to say is what we're going to watch on Thursday.
Come back to watch the movie show on Thursday. Listen to the movie show.
We can't watch the movie show.
No, well, you can play it on YouTube. But
you can, but you can't watch it yet.
We are talking about a movie that you can find on Amazon Prime over in the UK.
We are.
It's called Freak Show.
It is indeed.
It is from the renowned Asylum Studio.
Yeah.
So if you know anything about that place, you'll kind of know what we're in for here.
I'm not sure if that's true, but
you might be prepared for the level we're at.
Yeah, but maybe not the movie that you're going to get. I've got a lot to say about this movie, so it's going to be a really interesting episode, I think.
Sure.
So yeah, go away now and come back on Thursday and listen to us talk about Freak Show.
Cheers.
Bye.